Welcome to South First. I'm Anusha Ravi Sood, and you're watching State of Play, a weekly roundup of all things politics and policy from the southern part of the country. On this episode of State of Play, we speak about the race for 140 seats of Kerala Assembly elections, all set to be held in 2026. Welcome to the show. Whether Kerala Assembly elections, a race for 140 seats, is going to be a bipolar contest, or will BJP and its allies emerge as the third alternative, turning this into a three-cornered fight? This is the question that everybody tracking Kerala's assembly election is attempting to answer. Straight away, at this point in time, Kerala's assembly elections still seem like a bipolar contest, but things are changing very rapidly, and I give you a breakdown of things that are happening behind the scenes in each of these coalitions, UDF, LDF, and what the BJP is up to. For the Congress, whose significance in Kerala is fast dwindling, this is a do or die electoral battle. They want to cash in on the anti-incumbency that the incumbent Pinarayi Vijayan government faces. As far as the CPIM is concerned, the leading constituent of the ruling LDF coalition, Pinarayi Vijayan, this is his second term as chief minister, and the LDF has already achieved a historic feat by coming back to power for the second consecutive term. The BJP is still reveling with its big Lok Sabha victory in Kerala. Although it won only one seat, it is a significant step for the BJP, and it wants to cash in on this wave and ensure that it spreads its wings in Kerala. First up, the ruling dispensation led by Pinarayi Vijayan, who himself has pretty much become like a cult figure of sorts. For the cadres of CPIM, there is an entire section of CPIM cadres who for the very first time are seeing what a person worship or an icon worship is for a party that believes in collective leadership. This is perhaps the first time that Kerala is seeing somebody as tall as Pinarayi Vijayan leading from the front. And there is reason for me to say it. Every year you will see one theme song dedicated specifically to Pinarayi Vijayan with lyrics that bestows one huge title after another in his favor. This has led to quite a bit of dissent within the CPIM, but what do? Kerala is the last left bastion, and Pinarayi Vijayan is the undisputed mass leader for the party, not just in the state of Kerala, but across the nation. Honestly, as the chief minister, the only left chief minister, he is not just a mass leader for the party in Kerala, but pretty much the most politically powerful figure in the left's political ecosystem. His personal vindictive politics, cutting down rivals within the party, cutting down competition within the party to size, allegations against him as well as his family members, including his daughter, a tinge of nepotism in favor of his son-in-law, who's also a cabinet minister in his government, have all come under scrutiny. Yet, Pinarayi Vijayan is the most bankable leader for the CPIM, and this he has ensured by design. However, although he is CPIM's trump card in the upcoming elections, Pinarayi Vijayan is also its Achilles heels. He is the face of massive anti-incumbency against the incumbent ruling government. So much so, he is also the face of Kerala's financial distress that has made it impossible for the state to even pay welfare pensions in time. Yet the CPIM is all set to break or bend several of its rules for Pinarayi Vijayan, whether it is the age limit of 75 to hold any office bearer positions, or disallowing a candidate to contest an election after 2 terms in office. It seems rules don't apply to Pinarayi Vijayan, and a lot of people in the CPIM are not very comfortable with it. Even as several leaders within the CPIM's unit insist that the election will be a collective effort and not one single leader will outshine another, it is an open secret that the CPIM or even the LDF cannot go to polls without Pinarayi Vijayan's leadership. The Congress wants to cash in on this anti-incumbency. The party is primarily relying on 2 things. One, the severe anti-incumbency against the leading LDF government, and 2, Kerala's mindset of electing alternative parties every election. That's exactly why Vijayan's second term is historic. That instead of changing the incumbent. Instead of an anti-incumbency vote, the voters of Kerala elected LDF back to power. This election, Congress wants to revert to the system of alternate government in Kerala. But the Congress also has its own set of problems. For example, its problem of plenty. Too many CM candidates, multiple factions within the party, public bickering, internal dissent. It is the same Congress story state after state, and Kerala is not any different. If anything, internal dissent and aspirational leadership is far higher in Kerala. The Congress has a lot of strength, or rather, the UDF led by the Congress has a lot of strength because of the numbers, the vote share, and the number of seats its constituents, like the IUML, win for sure in districts like Malappuram. However, Congress has a huge challenge in districts like Thrissur, like Thiruvananthapuram, Kollam. These are the places, the regions where the party is hoping to recover its fortunes. Like always, Congress is hoping to go into polls without announcing a chief minister candidate, but there are so many names already in the fray. In the absence of a very strong leader, a crowd puller like Oman Chandy, former chief minister, late chief minister of Kerala, Oman Chandy, the party is seeing internal bickering from B.D. Satishan to Shashi Tharoor or Ramesh Chennithala, one of the most senior leaders of the party, to Sudhakaran. All of them are pulling the party in different directions. In a very recently held meeting in Delhi, where Kerala's electoral prospects were discussed, the party ultimately decided that going into these elections unitedly is the only way to win it. The party cited the example of Karnataka and Telangana, where the Congress's factionalism had to be put to rest, or at least paused for a bit in the run up to the election, and that yielded positive results for the Congress. Four leaders in Congress Kerala want to fight and emerge as the most prominent face. The party, the central leadership of the Congress, has one parachute candidate for a CM face already ready. General Secretary Organization of the party, K.C. Venugopal. While at least four leaders are attempting to emerge as the prominent leader, the single pick for the chief minister's face in Kerala, and the Congress leadership already has a parachute candidate in mind. All of them are Nayars. However, the Congress's primary vote bank is not. Other than its alliance partners taking care of their own seats in their respective districts, Congress is dependent primarily on votes of the marginalized communities, of the large Muslim population in Kerala, a portion of the Christian population, and some backward classes among the Hindu voters. However, not Yedavas, who are the largest chunk of backward class voters in Kerala. Much like the CPM, the Congress too has a very strong organizational structure in Kerala, and it received a boost, a fillip, during the Bharat Jodo Yatra 2 years ago, when Rahul Gandhi led Yatris in a walkathon from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. However, during the Lok Sabha elections and the candidate selections, fissures within the state unit did develop, and Congress lost several of its leaders to the BJP as well as the CPIM. Now, in the run up to assembly elections, the Congress does not only look to win back some of the leaders from its rival parties, but is also looking forward to make new alliance partners. Congress insiders in Kerala insist that the outcome, the kind of mandate that the state throws, perhaps will ultimately decide who will become the chief minister if the Congress wins. Say the party wins with just a thin margin above the halfway mark, then local leaders like Ramesh Chennithala will emerge as frontrunners. However, if the party crosses 80-85 seats, it will be seen as a landslide victory and will allow the central leadership to paradrop somebody like a K.C. Venugopal for the top post. But who will be the CM is a premature question. 1 year is a very long time in an election year, and anything can happen. In fact, names that are being discussed as probable CM faces of the party may not even be in the Congress when election finally is being held. However, leaders of the Kerala Congress unit have been asked to work unitedly, and the central leadership of the party has handed over the reins of its election strategy to all four prominent leaders, Shashi Tharoor, Satish and Sudhakaran, as well as Ramesh Chennithala. Other than anti-incumbency, the Congress is also hoping that a shift in CPIM's primary vote bank of Edavas in favor of the BJP will ultimately benefit its election prospects. The BJP, that is fresh, still reveling in its Trishur Lok Sabha seat victory, is looking at this election as an opportunity to not just win seats but also ensure it spreads its wings into districts where it does not have any standing. The BJP has been aggressively reaching out not just to the Christian community but also the Yedava community, because Nayars or otherwise other forward caste Hindu communities are presumed to be already in favor of the BJP, and now the BJP is indulging in a massive outreach program for Yedavas, primarily the CPIM's vote bank and the Christian community. Considering BJP's massive outreach program, one factor could end up deciding whether Kerala's assembly election is going to be a bipolar contest or a three-cornered fight. The Christian community vote, if it moves drastically in favor of the BJP, and if the Edava community lets go of its support of CPIM even to a small extent and backs the BJP, then Kerala's assembly election could turn into a three-cornered contest instead of the existing bipolar contest that it is readying up to be. So what is the incumbent CPIM doing to protect its interest in the upcoming election? Kerala is already a welfare state. There are several welfare programs that are targeted to help to benefit the most vulnerable of groups, a state that is incessantly marred by natural calamities. All of these issues have turned into anti-incumbency against the ruling LDF government. Kerala is already facing severe fund crunch, so much so that the government is struggling to pay salaries to its staff or welfare pensions to the most vulnerable group of citizens in that state. Which means, in the run-up to the elections, unlike a Shivraj Singh government in Madhya Pradesh or the NDA government in Maharashtra that announced large-scale welfare schemes targeting women right before the election, which turned the results around, Pinarayi Vijayan's government may not have that leeway. There simply is no money to churn up a big ticket announcement like that just before the elections. CPIM is now taking initiatives to bring other states on board on issues of federalism, center-state disputes, emerging as a thought leader alongside Tamil Nadu's DMK government led by MK Stalin, rallying states' interests in the run-up to the assembly elections in Kerala. Congress, on the other hand, is relying heavily on anti-incumbency, and the BJP is very focused on increasing its vote share and bringing on board new blocks of voters, urban voters in districts like Thiruvananthapuram, where the BJP came very close to winning the Lok Sabha election. That continues to be the BJP's focus, priority, and the RSS is providing it the much needed support. But like I said, 1 year is a very long time in the run-up to an election, and a lot of things are changing very rapidly. But we at South First will keep a tab on where things are headed to. Do stay tuned until next week when I bring to you another topic on State of Play. Thank you for watching.